I was up all night watching that eclipse. I hope you all saw that. It's only 1 in 500 years or 400 years or some crazy number. So that was just about as boring as you could possibly be, unless you happen to be a moon watcher, and then I bet it was the most fascinating thing in the world. But we went out and took a look at it. Even Denise was out there on the patio, and she actually loved it a lot more than I did, because I kept thinking something was going to happen, but nothing does. But we saw it, so we don't have to. So I don't know that we're going to see the next one, because it's going to be in 500 years, but we got one out of the way. Good morning, everybody. It's the Hair on Fire call. My name is Tom Chenault, and I hope you are up and at 'em. Mother Teresa, volunteer, relief worker, the saint of the gutters, a simple nun who left the convent for the streets of Calcutta. Mother Teresa devoted her life to helping the poorest of the poor. Most people thought she'd never make a difference. In her first day in the slum, she had 5 rupees to her name. She gave away 4 to the poor. Then a priest asked her for a donation, and her last rupee was gone. Now she had nothing, but she trusted in God to provide. Later that same day, a benefactor who heard of her generosity came back to give her 50 rupees. She gave those to the poor too. When she needed medicine, she went to the pharmacist and said, "I need medicines." The pharmacist laughed and moved on. Mother Teresa walked outside the pharmacy, got on her knees, and prayed. After several minutes, the pharmacist brought out the medicine. At the time of her death, the 5-foot-tall nun who gave away her first 5 rupees had become the inspiration for 4,000 nuns who ran 600 orphanage, homeless shelters, soup kitchens, and clinics in over 120 countries. Since her death, the impact of missionaries of charity has not declined, it's grown. Do not wait for leaders. Do it alone if you need to, person to person. Think about that today. You are out there. You are Mother Teresa. You are out there making a difference. Be the stand that you want everybody to be in every area of your life. You are much, much bigger than you're giving yourself credit for. As you look in the mirror, say to yourself, what's going to happen today? I needed a massive dose of gratitude this morning. I'm telling you, I needed to hear this quote. And I know it's not as business building as you might like to hear, but do you know what? Every one of us have it. Every one of us have it. Every one of us have. How do you say that? Every one of us has it made in the shade. And all we need to do today is decide, I am going to have what I want out of my life. I am going to have peace. I'm going to have happiness. I'm going to have serenity. I'm going to be a responsible person with money. I am going to be everything to the 4 leaders that I've got. I am going to help those people hit their dreams. I am going to learn this business so I can teach it. I am going to follow the track. That's what I love about Paul Gregory. That's what I love about Ken Selector. That's what I love about Lisa Barney. That's what I love about John Zerwick. These people that's my new friend John from Hawaii. I'm telling you, they're walking down the track. First they read The Power of Who. Now they're reading Mr. Schmooze. They're Early and Downey. They're going straight down the line, doing exactly what they're supposed to do in order to teach their teams to do exactly the same thing. That's all you're doing, is learning it so you can teach it. I was so proud of my little Stephanie Sandlian last night. We did a 3-way call, and she handled it. She brought her A game to it. Shelly, you're doing it. Marianne, you're doing it. Trish, you're doing it. It is so great to see you people grabbing this thing by the horns and going down the track. I watched what happened out there in Chicago with Robert Beck and that crew out there. And these people saying, we are going to learn how to teach duplication. And the only way that you're going to teach duplication is to learn it. And if you don't learn it, you're going to be traveling around door to door like Mother Teresa for the rest of your life. And you're going to get there from here. But I'm going to tell you, if you teach some people to help you, like she taught those 4,000 nuns, it's going to get a lot easier, and you're going to impact a lot more people. I know you can do it. I know you can do it. If I didn't think that this task was doable, I wouldn't ask you to, but this is something that each and every one of you can do. I want you to learn the coffee shop interview. I want you to learn to get interested instead of interesting. I want you to get so into people's lives that they finally know that somebody is absolutely caring about their dreams. And I'm telling you, The fastest way for you to do that is call us on the phone and interview your upline. You're going to interview Denise. You're going to interview me. You're going to interview whoever it is that your upline diamond is, and you're going to get the hang of this coffee shop interview. Because once you get the hang of it, you're going to be able to teach it. Once it's a muscle, you're going to be able to teach it. Ask Robin Stewart. Ask Lisa Knight Carey. Ask Victoria Barron. Ask any one of those Z-Team girls, because all of a sudden this thing's starting to duplicate that way. And all of a sudden people are starting to say, I am responsible for my business instead of you doing it all for them. And the cool thing about this, all of a sudden it seems like it's a little slower because it's going, you got to take the time to train people, but all of a sudden it takes off, and these people have their 4, and then their 4 people have their 4, so they've got 16, and then that 16 turns into 64, and all of a sudden that 64 turns to 256, and all of a sudden that 256 turns into 1,024, and then that 1,024 turns into 4,096, and the next thing you know, you have got yourself a dynasty. You've got yourself a foundation. You've got yourself an unbelievable life, and you've got a heck of a lot of healthy people walking the same talk that you are. I'm telling you, I thought about my little brother John this morning as I was thinking about my friend Ken Selector. And this is a perfect time to be able to get my brother John to understand that he's got to get his health under control. And it's such a beautiful thing. He's got an opportunity today because he introduced me to Ken Selector. And what's so cool about that is I'm going to have a powerful conversation with John, not about money, my brother, but about something that is interesting and needed by him, which is his health. And I'm telling you, I can see, this morning I could see the interview with my brother evolving. I could see how I was going to speak straight into his listening, powerful, where he was going to be able to hear what I needed to say to him so he could play it so big in his life and really, really get everything going on in his life under control. That's what I want for each and every one of you. I want you to think about the people in your life, and I want you to think about how you can contribute to them, how this is going to make their life better, and how it goes from some multi-level marketing throw up on people conversation to where you can really, really dive in there and say to those people, I am going to be cause in you having a greater life, and all you need to do is meet me halfway. Just like marriage, just like friendship. Somebody told me yesterday, man alive, I was read The Power of Who, and I realized I didn't have that many friends. And I said, well, he said, what do I do about that? And I said, well, I'm going to tell you one thing. To be a friend, to have a lot of friends, you got to be a better friend. Especially at the very beginning here. The reason you don't have a lot of friends is you haven't been going that extra mile. You've been in your little shell. You got to get out there and do a bunch of stuff like, hey, do you want to go to the baseball game? Do you want to go to the football game? Do you want to go watch? You know, I invited 7 guys over last night to watch the eclipse. Nobody came, but that's okay. Sitting on the patio out there by myself, smoking a cigar, watching the eclipse. None of my friends showed up, but they were all invited. That's not true. I love you guys. You can make it happen. Be great. Be fun. Be happy. Be inspired. Be motivating. Be alive. People will follow you anywhere. That's all you need to do. And read those books. Read those books. And I don't care who tells you not to read them. I'll lay you odds if somebody that tells you that not to read the books or they don't like those books, they're poor. I guarantee you, if somebody tells you that they don't like those books or not to read the books, they're not duplicating. I'll guarantee you that somebody that tells you not to read those books or not to buy those books is trying to keep you poor with them. They're trying to look smart. Don't let them get away with it. How'd you like my pauses there? Weren't those just unbelievably impactful? All right, you guys, this is an unbelievable day. Make it the best day ever. Be Mother Theresa. It's Christmas time. Do something extraordinary and unexpected for somebody. You never know who might be in the jackpot. I love you all with all of my heart, more than you're ever going to believe possible. It's Christmas time and Santa Claus is coming to town. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.